Time to paint some more kitties using a warm and limited colour palette. This is another one of my trio of images created as part of my limited colour palette art challenge, which I dubbed Huely, a mashup of Hue and July. The aim for the challenge is to create images using only 5 colours plus black and white, though it's also possible to use layer styles and transparencies to create colour variations. I started doing this colour challenge because I really wanted to get better at using colour, and I know limiting the amount of colours I use sounds like a really weird way of solving that, though it meant that I needed to be much more selective in the colours I picked. It also meant that I went back and looked into colour theory and looked at colour harmonies and colour contrasts that would be fun to use. It also forced me to pick punchier colours than I would have picked prior to the challenge. So I'd say this challenge has really helped me, and if you're intimidated by using colour as well, maybe something like this would help you too. As I've selected the colour palettes for Huely 2023 beforehand, one of the challenges was to figure out what to paint for each of the colour palettes. I ended up selecting 2 themes. One focusing on a character or traveller making their way through a landscape, and second being kitties with positive messages. The topic for this colour palette wasn't tricky to pick at all, it just had to be more cats. And as the first colour palette of Huely also contained a shade of purple, it seemed only natural to paint the exact same cat using this colour palette as well. When I first finished this image, I realised the cat wasn't big enough. Technically, I could have just cropped the image, but because I wanted the trio to all have the same image size and line quality, cropping wasn't an option. If I just enlarged the image to fit the current canvas size, the textures in my brushes and the lines themselves would become really blurry, so that wasn't an option either. So I ended up zooming in and repainting the whole image to get the results I wanted. Thank you so much for watching. More process videos are up on my YouTube channel, and you can find more of my work on my website and on social media.